Hello, everyone, and welcome to TFT Podcast, episode 181. And tonight I have Chaos Mana,
Hello.
Mr. Wartburg,
Good evening.
Wubwave,
Good. Oh,
Wubwave,
I heard a bloop.
Wubwave. God damn it, Wubs. I'm your host of the illest variety, both physically and literally and figuratively. All the same thing, basically. Zach, or Zap45. And we're gonna wait for Wubwave, I guess, to figure his shit out. I love technical difficulties.
Am I back?
Wubwave.
There we go. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say hello,
hello.
Wubwave. Say hello right now.
Hello.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So here's what happens. I don't know if it's a Discord thing, or it's my computer thing, or it's my headset thing. But when someone peaks really fucking loud, it will literally just stop everything to save my hearing, I'm assuming. But that also disables the microphone temporarily until I disconnect from Discord and reconnect. So I'm assuming it's a Discord thing. So, yeah.
Basically, you suck, GG. So we were bantering pre-podcast, talking about like why I hate people coming in work sick because it's a selfish thing to do.
It's not a selfish thing to do. I do it because
It's the most American thing you can do ever.
I mean, I have time off for sick, so I could take off
It actually
time.
is selfish to go in and get work to get paid, risking other people to get sick. That
Well,
is
no,
inherently selfish.
That is not selfish. See, I have time off for
Yes,
work.
it is,
but I would
because you're risking other people not being able to go to work so you can get a paycheck.
Shut up.
Exactly.
Shut up. Listen to me.
Thank you, Wartburg. Oh, God, I love you so much.
I come
missed
into
you so
work
much.
when I'm sick. I have sick time off, so that's not an issue. I could take time off and still get paid. I come in because I need to be there. You know what I mean? It's like if you're on a boat, like a ship, and then like, oh, the skipper isn't there. How's the boat gonna run? Well, everyone can pitch in and do an extra 10% of the work, so they're all doing 110%. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to cause an extra 10% of work that day.
See, I just had a training day for Columbus Day. Since it's a federal holiday, the bank wasn't open. And one of the presenters was like the difference in the workplace and the generations. And literally one of hers was just what you did. Like, people like the younger generation, they're more loyal to like their like supervisors and their employees than a specific like company or job.
Yeah.
So they don't want to put upon people.
That's exactly.
Which is stupid, but it
It's
is
not
reality. Yeah, it is.
No, it's
If they can't afford to hire people, you should maybe look at someplace else.
What?
Like, if they can't afford to help people, and if you're sick, it like ruins everything about their job. They don't have enough staff.
Well, yeah, that's true. But what are you gonna do?
Don't you guys you don't have a slightly different issue though, because you're employed by something that has a large team of people. It's not like you're going to be down I know, like a work at home shop that only has like 3 workers. No, it's an entire team of people. It's literally the government.
I know, but
you can have replacements.
I don't like doing it. No one can replace me, Chaos. I'm the best.
See, this is a you problem.
No
Ben.
one's ever going to bring it.
You're not manning your one-man station anymore. You have.
It's not like you're the
backup.
detained guy in Papers, Please. You know.
Yeah, you're no longer the lone watchman or guards.
Listen, man, my history of work has always been the team I work with is always understaffed, and they need me to be there. And now that I'm in a job where they don't need me to be there, I still feel like I need to be there.
So maybe next time you're sick, don't go in and break this mental issue you got going on. Because I
tell the people that you're living to not let you, to hide the keys, but to put the instruction of where your keys are or whatever you use
in Mandarin.
Yeah, I'll learn how to say that in Mandarin.
Yeah,
like your wallet or your badge or whatever you like is super important for work is hidden under the 5th step, next to like something really, really descriptive.
A Burmese tiger, obviously.
A bamboo pit A bamboo spike
Yeah,
bit.
exactly. No, but like I don't know. It's just like it pissed me off because it's like I'm not sick at work, and then there's like 4 people who are like, "Oh, I'm sick." I'm like, "Well, fuck. Thanks for telling me this.
Thankfully, I don't
Thanks
have
for
to get
breathing all over me and
I don't have
breathing
to
the
get
same air as me."
too close to people at my work, but even though I would end up coming into contact with customers, that's why I was like, I normally wouldn't go out of my way to get it, but it's I just went ahead and got the flu shot just in case, because I'm going to be like walking past a bunch of random customer.
I need to
Yeah,
get
I've
it.
never
Well,
gotten a flu shot
like
either.
they even at my job they even offered an incentive, $5 gift card if you did so. So it's like,
Well, that makes sense
it's
on
kind
their
of
part.
dumb not to.
Yeah, well, I don't. I guess I could go down to Walgreens and probably get one, but
Or
Like, you're in more danger than I am in coming into contact with a buttload of new people.
it's true.
what's great about Wubs is he'll eventually just have the best immune system ever.
Yeah, I'll basically become Doom. My plan is to basically become the germ equivalent of Doomsday, and that I'll just keep getting sick and sick and sick over and over and over again until eventually I'm just completely immune to everything.
Or you'll have some sort of foxdie virus.
Like that Simpsons sketch where all the germs are trying to force their way through the door, but they all get stuck, so I'm invincible. No,
Exactly.
actually, if there's a slight breeze, I'm invincible.
Well, it's like what was crazy to me is that the same virus that infects me will then mutate and change because it was fought off by my immune system. So then it could go into Wubs, mutate again after his immune system is done fighting off. I can be affected by it again, mutated again. It was just a cycle. So basically, you'll never have a perfect immune system.
So if
because
I
you're
have
human.
a super strong immune system, right?
Or at least that's
And
what
I get
how I
and
think it
something
works.
does manage to infect me, it will become some sort of super bug.
Basically.
Good. I hope I get to name it.
I hope I get to name it as Patient Zero.
Exactly.
So, Mr. Warburg, it's been a while since you've been on this podcast.
It has
How
indeed.
you been, man?
Since the one that we recorded, actually, in IRTX.
Yeah, it's 168. I remember it well.
Yeah, it was a fun one. Good times.
Yeah, it was. I'm impressed at how well it was edited because it was a shit show.
Yeah, I'm thinking that next year, though, for specifically if we do one, I'm gonna bring my shotgun mic, so we can actually like point it directly at the crowd and not have to use the camera audio.
Yeah, that might be better.
Because I can tell he used the camera audio in some spots and like mixed it in with the regular. Because there's
It
no
sounded
way.
like you used the camera audio for everything.
It sounded like he used both at the same time. Because you can tell when someone is speaking into the mic, it sounds cleaner. So it sounds like he was doing both at once, which is kind of necessary when you have a big group like that. I'd like to get an omnidirectional like conference mic, but that's an extra $100 I really don't want to spend.
Exactly. Who needs that when you can just bring a shotgun mic and then point it at the people?
Which I already own.
I'm imagining it just a literal mic attached to a shotgun, and he's just like pointing at everyone because he is in Texas at the time, so it wouldn't be abnormal to have a shotgun.
I just like a shotgun that shoots mics. That'd be great.
What?
Like you get a Shure SM58, and you
it shoots those little personal mics that you see on television that just clip onto you.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that's an upgrade in one of the Splinter Cell games.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of wood burning stuff lately. Like that's what I was doing before. Why we started late because I was finishing a piece.
Yeah,
for Jen's doing a fundraising stream or Lozelda's doing a fundraising stream for her surgery thing, and I already had some pieces that I'm like, well, I have duplicates for my Extra Life thing. If I don't fuck up the duplicates, you want them to give away. So I just finished up a Mass Effect trinket box burning. Got to do the finishing touches on it yet, but it came out pretty good.
Yeah, I see that. It looks nice.
You liked it on Twitter.
Yes,
I appreciate it. I feel loved.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. That's good. You should. I took the time to hit that one mouse click. You should worship me. No.
I mean, it'd take a lot more than that. Probably like a blood sacrifice or something, but...
Sweet. Once I'm not ill anymore, I'll get right on the bloodletting, I promise. Oh, God. I don't know. This is like, if this is the first time that I'm sick this year out of the whole year, the year's almost over. So, if I'm sick once a year, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
The most I've been sick in a long time is I've felt like just the lymph node swelling, but not actually anything worse than that, thankfully.
Zach, are you getting those cool fever dreams?
I did, dude. Did I tell you about that dragon that was
Oh
rapping?
yeah, the Vapid Dragon. That was a good one.
Yeah, dude.
His dad showed
I
up.
was-
I've never had like crazy dreams like that. Gosh damn.
Dude, it's because my brain's a weird place, man. So like, yeah, so I'm supposed to inherit my wizard master's power, but there's like a peace treaty or something for like humans and non-humans or whatever for like to not cause conflict. So in order for me to inherit my magical master's power, I have to fight or battle a dragon. But we can't battle a dragon
has really
traditionally.
changed since I've been on a TFT podcast.
Yeah. So this is my dream, Warper. You're in for a treat.
Okay. I didn't even catch the part about it being a dream. I just heard you explaining the laws of human and non-human interaction. That's all I heard. I was like, what the fuck are we talking about right now?
I didn't take the time to type this aloud in the TFT chat because I just didn't want to explain this craziness, and I thought it would be a good story.
I'm glad you were sick this week too, because I also have some good fever dreams I'm going to tell after yours.
I'm looking forward to it. So I go up. We're up in this like really cool like open field kind of area, and I'm going up, and this dragon walks up, and then this really big older dragon walks up, which apparently might be his dad or his master dragon or whatever. And he's like, "You got to be proud, son," and blah 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 blah. I'm like, "Oh shit, this is gonna suck if I'm gonna school this
Dr.
dragon
Drake
kid."
was Eminem.
Exactly. I don't want to school this kid dragon in front of his pop.
Were beats hanging around his neck?
Yeah, probably, dude. He was a gangster ass dragon though. I'm not gonna lie. And it's like he starts off and he's got some pretty good lines. He's spitting fire
As they do.
and I'm like, as they do. And then at first I'm kind of like weak and not hanging
Arms
with
are
it.
heavy.
And then all of a sudden like I go into this.
Vomit on your sweater
Basically.
already, Mom Spaghetti.
Basically, and then it's like I hit this like avatar state,
I
and then
prefer
like everything
tomato
slows
basil
down.
penne, not spaghetti. But
Who doesn't, right? Yeah.
not to
Panini?
interrupt. Continue.
That's a word. Yeah, so I hit this. So I hit this avatar state, and everything slows down, and my voice gets super deep and like really crazy, kind of like autotune, but not.
Like Biggie Smalls, deep, like
Yeah, kind of like Biggie Smalls, yeah, but kind of just only slightly autotuned, and I just lay down some straight up fucking rhymes, dude, and I kill this fucking dragon lyrically. And then the rap battle's over, and it was awesome. I really loved that dream, and I would love to do like a skit or something to record it, make it into a video.
I mean, first you have to learn how to actually rap.
Look, I've been writing rap songs for a while.
Yeah, but writing
rapping isn't
rhymes
really
is not
hard.
the same
It's just
thing
talking
as
You're
saying
like
saying
the
it.
whitest person I know,
it's
so that's gonna be
shut up.
hilarious.
Exactly.
See, writing rhymes is not the same thing as being able to speak like that. That's a whole
You're right.
different. It's
You're
a whole
right.
different step.
you can figure it out,
It's
That's gonna be the TFT movie. It's just a parody of 8 Mile with Zach as the lead.
Yep,
Oh,
exactly.
I was thinking of something like the King's Speech, except Zach has to.
I
could- I like that.
To
I like
work
this.
his way to getting getting the rap said properly without stuttering or
I like
saying
to-
it wrong.
You know that scene in 8 Mile when he like walks into the rap concert
The rap
hall?
battle.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where it's just like he walks into the dragon's den and there's a bunch of dragons that all turn their head and look at him. And then he takes off his like cloak and he steps onto stage and he just spits out some hot rhymes against a dragon and you hear all the other dragons go, "Oh,
Yeah.
human can rap."
Yeah, exactly. That would be the best, dude.
And we could have a thinly veiled allegory about race relations.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thinly veiled, not beating you over the head like fucking all the other movies happen to do. Annoying.
Here's my.
So you have a fever dream. So
This is the one I only kind of remember. All my dreams are about work. Like I said, some sort of chip in my brain from the government. So it was after I watched Magical Girl Raising Project, and my fever dream was that the Department of Homeland Security, to increase aircraft safety, decided to start hiring magical girls on the checkpoint. And it was a big fucking hassle because we had to draft up new rules and new laws of how they can treat passengers and what their legal ramifications are. And so we had to go through this whole thing, and then the magical girls will like blow some shit up, and you're like, oh god damn it, we're in the news again for different reasons. And it was just a big ass hassle. So if you're listening to this, government, which I know you are, don't hire magical girls, please.
Don't hire magical girls.
Is there just something about that? Because McLovin said, like, he apparently had a, like, awkward, like, phase dream of a similar thing.
I think because... I don't know McLovin, but it was definitely because
he had a dream where we, like, all of us from the TFT were turned into, like magical girls or something.
Oh, hell
I think
yeah.
I saw that somewhere on the chat. Yeah, I was about to say. Ugh. I wouldn't mind being a magical girl.
That sounds like a nugget we should pick up on.
Yeah. Look, I'm sure, I got a few favorite colors I could pick out. We could make some dresses and stuff. It'd be cool.
Priority got his wedding plan.
Technically, you could still...
His wedding plan.
You could still do something like that for RTX, totally.
Yeah.
Completely new cosplay.
Completely new cosplay, because no male has ever dressed up as a magical girl and gone to a con before.
Not many guys like that at RTX. Maybe one or two. Other than the Cross Rubies, I haven't really seen many.
Use Penguin over here. You are already a magical girl. Thanks. I appreciate it.
You just have to believe, Zach.
I just have
and
to
get
believe.
sex reassignment surgery.
That's, it takes, like, what is it? Hormones? Those are the words.
And, like,
God,
actual genital manipulation.
Yeah, that too. Man, that acetaminophen
just
really
sounds
messes with my brain.
Awful.
It sounds painful. when you
Tylenol
just say
messes
it like
with
that.
your brain. Are you fucking kidding me?
Acetaminophen, not Tylenol.
Tylenol is that drug. Acetaminophen is the generic name of the
Sudafed,
drug.
There's something in this thing.
What did you take?
I took Dayquil.
Okay, that's like barely acetaminophen. That's basically pain reliever. There's other shit in there.
3 or 4 different things. I don't take pain relievers and Tylenol very often, I'll have you know. They asked for my ID.
And you really don't want to take pain relievers for when you're cold.
Yeah,
It doesn't do anything. And then
Makes me
it
feel
masks
good.
the symptoms and it doesn't actually just help. Most of them, that's what they do. Dayquil doesn't actually
Yeah.
help you get sick. It just makes it so you don't feel like shit until your body figures it out. And it's like, hey, not sick anymore.
It's so good. It's so nice. I'll just take some of that and fall asleep for a few hours. It's like, why do I feel awful? I'm going to take like 3 shots of this and I feel great.
Did you really take 3 shots?
No, like...
Okay, don't do that.
I read the thing.
Okay, follow the directions, because they're usually important.
You don't
Yeah,
need
it says,
directions.
do not exceed 4 doses per 24 hours.
So I did 4 at once.
Yeah,
And I'll never do it again.
That's how it works. Just don't do it for another 24 hours, and you're good.
The last 2 days, I'm only...
Or if you take 8 at a time, you just wait for 48 hours before you take the next one, right?
Exactly. That's how this works.
Anyway, before I immediately had to like dash to the restroom, I was gonna say, Zach, have you seen Magical Girl Raising Project yet?
No, I haven't.
You disappoint me.
Look, dude, last few days I've been sleeping.
You could watch that too. That's what I did. I finished so much anime when I was sick. It was fantastic.
Maybe I'll finish something. I
Well-
started Spartacus actually.
Ah.
I finished Jessica Jones, Daredevil. I've already watched Luke Cage.
Dude, iZombie, put it on the list.
iZombie, okay.
iZombie
I'll do
season
that.
1 was pretty good. Haven't
Season
seen the
2
rest.
just dropped.
I haven't seen the rest.
Okay.
It made my day.
That's awesome. I'll have to check that out.
But yeah, Zach, watch that show because you mentioned men becoming magical girls, it made me think of that show.
2-step program. Yeah, Jessica Jones is really good. I think we're gonna do a making the rounds of it for sure. I definitely want to do one of Luke Cage as well,
We should-
and Daredevil.
Luke Cage would be more timely. That and Iron Fist comes out in 2017. The trailer looked pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I would assume that Daredevil's going to show up in Iron Fist, given how closely related their worlds are. And he was seen on the set of The Punisher, and they were filming some stuff at the same time. So I'd assume they worked out a deal to get him to be on both shows, because The Punisher isn't going to be involved with the Defenders like at all. His just kind of popped up out of nowhere after they already had the Defenders thing planned. So it'll be an interesting time.
Wasn't he on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Who?
He was some
The Iron Fist or the Punisher?
Oh, I don't know why. I just thought you were talking about Ghost Rider.
No,
Never mind.
well,
Nope.
he would be a character from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that I could see jumping into a Netflix series, because he's not going to stick around Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's going to be a one-off character for the season, so...
I
there
don't
are
know
rumors
why
of
I
him.
was thinking Ghost Rider. I really don't.
Well, he's also an awesome character, so...
Yeah,
I mean,
great.
I guess, but I'm more concerned with my brain at the moment rather than him being an awesome character.
Well, you are dying, so...
Yeah,
we
basically.
will remember you fondly.
For sure, at least I will.
And like the tombstone will say, died thinking of a guy with a flaming skull.
Yeah.
It was great.
It'll be great. Yeah. There are, like, rumblings of him getting his own series, though.
Well, the actor
To go
said
see
that,
it.
and nobody else has said that.
I'm a little burned out on superheroes, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I have been yet. I can...
See, that's why I intersperse my superheroes with shit like iZombie, because it's technically a comic book show, but which is a Vertigo comic book, but it's just fun.
Vertigo?
Vertigo is a subsidiary of DC. They make a kind of weird one-off, not really tied to the continuity or their creator-controlled comics. They're kind of in a weird place right now because they're relaunching some
They're
Vertigo
independent,
titles. But
kind of.
Fusion could probably tell me a lot more about that because he's in the chat.
Yeah, Mr. Fusion also said that the Ghost Rider is rumored to have his own show.
Yeah.
Bring back.
Well, it came out of
Fusion.
Fusion's mouth. It's probably gospel. So.
Yeah, look, he was right about a few things that he predicted like a few years ago. So.
Bring back Nick Cage.
No.
Nick Cage. God, no.
Why the Last Man? That was one I was thinking of.
Can we replace Luke Cage with Nick Cage? And just have it all be about Nicolas Cage?
No. No. Luke Cage was so good. It was so stylized. It was solid. The intro music was great.
Speaking
the
of
soundtrack
Nick
was great.
Cage, he just had a trailer for a comedy drop that kind of set Twitter on fire there for like 5 minutes. It's a comedy about him hunting Bin Laden in like 2006 or something.
Wasn't there a story about a truck driver who just one day was like, I'm going to go hunt down Osama Bin Laden, and then just moved to Pakistan? Didn't speak
Army
the
of
language.
One. Yeah, it's called Army of One.
Is that what that movie's about?
Yeah, it travels to Pakistan. He's an ex-con, believes he's been ordered by God to travel to Pakistan and capture Osama Bin Laden.
Jesus.
It sounds very Men Who Stare at Goats. And I loved that movie.
One of my favorites, too.
Yeah, that had some
like
awesome
Lord
shit.
of War. Remember that movie, guys?
That
had an amazing
movie
intro,
was-
though.
I did. I was about to
pretty
say
good.
the intro was
Was
the
that
best
Buffalo
part of that
Springfield?
movie.
Yeah.
No, what's that called? What's that song?
Buffalo Soldier?
No,
I have no
wasn't
idea.
that.
It's definitely it was classic rock of some variety.
Lord of War.
I
intro.
really liked Lord of War though.
Buffalo Springfield. It
why.
was for what it's worth. That's what I was thinking. Great song. Yeah, good intro.
Solid intro.
So what else you guys been up to since I've been on a podcast?
Making stuff.
Wasn't really
working.
vague. I was hoping for something specific and awesome.
We did a League of
jeez.
Legends tournament.
Yeah, we had Chaos mainly helped and ran our 1v1 League of Legends tournament, and that went really, really well. We have our own Discord server, which you are aware to that fact, but there's that. We've been working on I've been working on a few different things.
I haven't made anything for TFT in forever.
Yeah, you should get on that.
Fucking
Yeah,
slacker.
I should get on that.
Fucking part 1 and part 2. Where's the other parts?
Oh yeah,
You
I
fuck.
can get on that.
Yeah, so
They're not even released yet, are they?
yeah, they're released.
Oh, then yeah, I should get on that.
I've been releasing shit. My friend.
My dragon.
My dragon.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's good. No,
I bought a bunch of Adidas clothing. That was cool.
that was cool, I guess.
I've embraced my inner Gopnik style. I like it.
That's cool.
Silkerblatt.
I guess we plan
you
on
saying
doing a
that
lot
right?
more.
Silkerblatt. Yeah.
Suckablatt or Sikablatt or whatever the fuck.
Silke.
Soka.
Silkerblatt. Rush B.
What is that even?
I mean, it's like the equivalent of like saying fucking bitch. It's just like generic Russian swear word.
Ah, okay.
Rush B is Silkerblatt.
I guess now that Salt City tournament is done and released, I guess we'll move on to another more heavily produced series. We might do a Let's Play. We might do something like that.
I need voice clips.
Okay, speaking of Let's Plays,
What
what are you guys doing? Did any of you guys get Rise of Iron?
No.
Rise of Iron? No.
I don't
Nobody
buy any
did,
new video
Gears of
game.
War
It
4?
is.
No.
No, I have yet to get Gears
Fuckers.
4.
I haven't bought a new video
My
game.
Let's
in-
Play series is on a
forever.
bye week because the Vikings don't play this week. 5-0, best team in NFL. And so I was looking to film a Let's Play to fill that gap for my Sunday Let's Play. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know.
Always Minecraft. No, seriously? I don't know, man.
I haven't bought a video game, like a new video game of a new game in.
And isn't this under
Forever.
gaming talk shows?
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
mean, we could talk about video games. I just haven't played any video games.
I'm not saying we go there. I'm just saying, pot calling the kettle black here.
Yeah, this is true. I don't know, man. Minecraft is done to death. Yeah, Terra, I know, but it's still popular. People like, and if you do it uniquely enough, and if you enjoy it, if the chemistry is done.
No.
What? No, I think our hardcore survival series. I would love to do a second season of that. I don't know. Then again, I feel like it's like an echo chamber. The reason we think Minecraft is done to death is because Achievement Hunter has like 500 episodes of fucking Minecraft.
Oh, it's one of those ones where it's like there is the audience, but I don't want to market to 10-year-olds.
I don't know. You got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You can't just like.
So what
Now,
I'm
if I was to do a Let's Play series with my cousin, because he's like 8, we'd totally play Minecraft.
So what
And
I'm
that
hearing
little
is more
fucker
visual novels.
Kills me all the damn time. Like
More
I'm just
visual.
mining shit, and he just comes up and stabs me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, recently we have been doing visual novels like Wubwave just mentioned.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're fun sometimes, I guess.
It's
Tell me, your narration is like super cheesy.
Of course.
It is real.
That's where the fun.
real,
That's the most fun part of doing those is that you can just voice act and be
Okay,
silly.
that actually sounds pretty fun. I like
Yeah.
that.
And they're not exactly like editing intensive either.
Some of my
Exactly,
most
and they're-
fun stuff was that My Immortal fan fiction rating.
Yeah.
God damn, that was some fun stuff. Oh, and another thing I was going to talk to you guys about doing content, because people who may be watching this aren't aware Extra Life is coming up, and I'm doing a thing where if we get our goal, I have to eat a habanero pepper and finish a lap of Rainbow Road before I can drink milk. If I can't, I have to pay $50.
Just a habanero.
Hey, dude, I have ulcers. I don't want to die.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
actually,
fair
you know what? That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair enough. I forgot. I forgot the whole situation.
Yeah, like my intestines are riddled with ulcers, so I'd rather not
What
die.
are you, a
Yeah.
pussy? Oh
Yeah.
wait, yeah, you might actually die.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, you might.
You know,
actually...
that'll be fun. But I mean, they're pretty fucking
Look,
hot.
Fuck you.
And like I have to
Yeah,
finish a
no,
lap
they're
of
really-
Rainbow Road, like on Wii.
Oh man,
So if I don't finish, I have to pay an extra $50.
habaneros are.
I
Pretty,
have a
pretty
slot
strong, to be
that
fair.
hasn't been filled yet by TFT. If we want to do like Civ 6, something like that,
Oh,
for a
hell
few
yeah.
hours on Sunday
Yeah.
night. It'll be like one of the last slots of the 2 weekends because I'm doing November 5th and 6th, 2 12-hour streams, so I'm not a zombie at work on Monday.
Yeah,
And we're
I mean,
already $270 to the goal.
and Civ 6 is open or is
It comes
is
out end
up
of
now?
October.
End of October,
Unless
yeah,
they push
that's-
it, which they haven't said they will yet.
Okay,
But you
okay.
never know.
Well, yeah.
Hey guys, I have some good news for you.
What?
Soccer Space is a game that is released and is new.
I guess we'll be making more novel read-throughs. But for Mr. Warburg, I'll definitely have enough money, or should have enough money, to purchase Civ 6 when it comes out. So
Sounds good.
count me
And
among them.
some of the wood burning stuff I've been doing, people can get when we do giveaways. Like I have a Mass Effect Paragon Renegade Trinket Box, a Zelda Hylian, however you say that word, crest on the lid, and then on the inside it says it's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
I'll take this.
Which
Yeah, I
is
saw that on Twitter.
Fucking hard to burn. God damn.
Dude, you're doing a great job, to be honest.
And here's the funny thing. It was midnight when I was doing this, and I had the carbon paper, had it upside down, so I basically just stenciled on the back of the paper I was using as a guide. I felt like a fucking moron because it took me an extra half an hour.
Hey, I mean, you did it though,
And
right?
video game themed coasters. So I have the Gears of War logo, which was a bitch and a half. And the other three are easy because they're the Mass Effect, N7, Halo, and Overwatch logos. So pretty simple. And
Sounds like a real shindig you're putting together to
Yeah.
save the children, man.
it'll be awesome.
I can
And then I
dig
got to
it.
make a trophy for Ty because she raised $250 in an hour.
Holy shit!
Like, fuck. You win the MVP trophy.
Yeah, already. Damn. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so I'll definitely show up.
Sounds good. I hope so. Otherwise, it'll be a really, really boring 24 hours.
No, yeah,
You
no,
know, I'll probably cry myself to sleep
no, you shouldn't cry yourself.
because
to
I'll have
sleep. That's
failed.
not
I'll
good.
have failed the kids.
Yeah,
all
don't
of
fail
them.
children. Don't. Yeah, that's bad. That's what news bears, you guys. Don't let the children die and fail. That's not cool. Gotta help them out. Money. Hey, money apparently cures.
What?
It helps
Sigh.
research and stuff. What do you mean? Why? Shut up, Chaos! Like you're adding
sigh.
anything.
I might try to do some Battlefleet Gothic multiplayer stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
That might be fun.
speaking of battle, and Battlefield 1 might be on the table too.
Is Battlefield 1 coming out? When is
Battlefield
that?
Yep,
1.
end of
Yeah,
October.
Battlefield has.
I am so outside of the loop for video games. I'm
And
like,
Titanfall
oh, yeah,
2
this
also
is
in
the thing.
October.
So
The
we've
Battlefront
been-
Space DLC comes out really,
Oh,
really
the
soon.
space battles now?
Yeah, they're bringing in the thing that should have been at the game at launch, which is fucking space battles on current gen hardware. Are you fucking kidding me? Why was that not at the game?
Because DLC.
Yeah.
Because DLC, Warbook, don't you understand? They can make
Yeah,
more money.
still, that Battlefront was basically wait a
More
year to put
money.
this game out, and it's the best game of the year, and it's not even close.
Money.
We need more money, though.
Yeah, it just
You
pisses me
cannot
off.
have enough money.
Yeah,
You must
apparently.
require more money.
I'm not begrudging businesses for making money because they're a fucking business. But at some point, if you say, well, people didn't want it, and then your biggest DLC push is the thing you said people didn't want, it's hypocritical as fuck.
Yep, I agree. Also, Wartburg, when can people watch? Because there are people in the chat who
that
are
will be
asking
November
about it.
5th and 6th on my Twitch channel.
Yeah.
So if you click my name where I was talking earlier, boom, there you go. I'm
Yeah.
there.
We'll probably host
I
Mr.
appreciate it.
Wartburg's stream as well, of course, dude. You know, you're our friend, brah. Gotta help each other out.
So have anybody of you guys been following all the Ken Bone memes?
The what?
No. What's Ken Bone? Like, yeah.
he
hook
was
us up.
was one of the last questioners at the town hall presidential debate, and he had a question about climate change and how while it is an idea, like a big problem, how do you not like fuck people over who are in industries that are going to die because of, those programs that basically are meant to fuck them over so that those industries die. And he had a very, very, I don't know what the word I want to use for his demeanor, but he was wearing a red sweater vest, and he has a mustache and glasses. And I only heard the question. I don't know if it was somebody. I didn't hear the question live. I only heard one question afterwards, so I don't know if it was his actual voice, but it was pretty lispy. It was pretty funny. And he's been
Effeminate
he gained
voice?
No, just lispy. That's two very different things.
Lispy?
Zach, come on,
Okay.
keep up.
Fair enough. You're right.
He gained like 60,000 Twitter followers overnight, and like Snoop Dogg was tweeting at him and shit, and he was like, "It's like, hey, you want to come over and roll the boat?" He's like, "Nah." Like, and I'd roll and hang with the dog, and he's like, "I'll pass," but I think my dad would like to roll with the dog. Like,
Oh man,
Sounds just like
and his last name is Bone.
that is pretty metal. That is pretty metal.
Ah, so good. You couldn't have scripted something better. And like at that night at midnight had like Ken Bone facts. Aaron Porter had some fucking top notch shit for that one. It was great. You guys need to follow.
Damn.
You need to follow some stuff, at least peripherally, so you're aware of this shit.
No, the
Yeah,
only meme I'm like as far as like the presidential stuff I've been following is just grab them by the pussy, and all of its iterations.
Yeah.
I was just about to
like
say, was the solution to grab climate change by the pussy?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably said in a Bill Clinton voice.
Yeah, exactly.
But speaking of the election, I actually was when I was streaming the other night. I had a thought. Harambe is probably going to get more votes than Mickey Mouse this year.
Yep.
I almost guarantee it. Like I'd put money on that right now.
I was gonna say just writing in the answer, the lesser of two evils, will be a good one too.
So what do they do when people have third-party answers? Do they have to like take every
They track 'em.
individual answer?
Yeah.
Do they group? What qualifies as grouping the same answers together?
Generally, I had to study this. Can't remember what the actual criteria was, but it's basically if you have a first and a last name that are specifically like looking at the same person. You aren't talking about them. Like if you put like Dwayne fucking Johnson or Dwayne the Rock Johnson, it would just be Dwayne Johnson.
Okay.
You know, like that. Because I had to go there because that's what Fusion said he's putting. So like Mickey Mouse usually gets like 1 to 2% a year, maybe like
Yeah.
on big years, but he usually gets at least 100,000 votes. So it'll be interesting to see if Harambe breaks that streak of him being
Well,
the most
what's
fictional character to get
Harambe's
that.
last-
Well, yeah.
Also,
like,
Harambe's
you
not
can
a
you can
fictional
put-
character.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean, like
I know what you
non-human
mean.
entities. Let's go with that.
But what are you gonna
But,
put
like,
as
people
Harambe's
have-
last name?
People just have one name.
No,
It's
you
not-
could use one name.
Yeah, like as long as it's a known entity,
God damn
they'll
it!
group it together like that.
I thought it was projected for him to win about 5% of the vote.
I don't know.
Probably
There was
more
a
than a
candidate in
third-party
Iowa who his candidate name was D's Nuts. It was pretty top notch, and he was an 18-year-old, and he got on the ballot in like 6 states for the primaries.
That's funny.
It was like, damn, that is a very dedicated high school prank.
God
Yep.
damn.
God.
I just want that to be a slogan on, like,
Yeah.
vote for D's nuts. Ha! Got him.
Yeah,
That's his
Ugh,
campaign
it'll
slogan
be-
instead of hope and change. Just ha! Got him.
I dig it.
like what CDs? CDs Nuts.
Ha! That guy's ha sound is just fantastic.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, but if they tried to use the same meme, if they put different, wait, you did say it didn't matter if there's a second name. If they all just put one name, it'll still work.
So if I just did Pepe the Frog,
That's a hate. That's a hate.
and if I just wrote that in there,
Yeah.
that's not a hate symbol.
That's like
Are you
voting
kidding
for the
me?
Grand
Get that
Wizard.
shit out of here.
Man.
That's voting for the Grand Wizard.
White Wizard,
damn.
totally different thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you put yourself on the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I want to
Yeah,
be president.
sure.
I was up until like August. I was still kind of like 5% of me's like, God, I wish Joe Biden would just be like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm running. We're all
He's not
fucking
gonna
done
do
with
that.
this shit. I know he's not. He's like because he's a guy who people actually like respect. So everyone was like, him and Mitt Romney. Everyone was like, God, can you guys both just knock out your party's nominee? Like, just kill him and just come in. I was joking with Fusion to be awesome if he's just waiting in the wings with the money in the bank briefcase.
You know what? I'm voting for Mr. Fusion. I'm running him in.
Hell yeah, I'm down.
It's not, you know. Yeah,
Is there
let's do it.
like do they have a public list of all the like?
No.
Damn. So there's no way to actually find out.
It would probably be the
How
biggest
many
list
got
imaginable.
Yeah,
Because there's people who
Well,
write in
true.
some-
Yeah, but if they're keeping a record anyway, I don't know how difficult
Well,
it would
they
be.
keep
to
a
keep
record
track.
locally.
individual precincts keep a record.
Yeah.
I think the actual reporting they don't report it unless it hits a certain threshold to like the county or the regional like precinct. Like the main reporting centers. So like a one-off, like one person gets a vote, not going to be reported. 50 people, probably given but it depends on the per capita density of that specific precinct.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fusion, you already got my vote.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you say you're
Mr.
going to cut
Fusion.
government spending and cut revenue, nah, I'm out. Fucking
Yeah,
done.
exactly. Look.
To win my vote,
Pick
you
one
have
or
to
the
say
other.
you're gonna grab him by the pussy. All right.
That'd be probably one of the best. Yeah,
And you have to have
to be your
your
campaign
weekly
slogan.
presidential address is just a podcast.
exactly. With us on it, of course.
Just White House, unfiltered.
exact. Yeah.
Unfiltered raw.
Straight out of.
Straight out of
House.
Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah, exactly.
Fusion in the house, and then you just have the core in the house scene play.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
What a clown fiesta this fucking election has been, huh?
You want to hear my conspiracy theory?
okay, Wub, I need you to get like the most conspiracy theories voice you got.
Yeah.
like-
How do I
a
sound
YouTube
like
video?
Alex Jones. Okay.
How do I sound like Alex Jones?
Scream and cry when you realize that your life sucks.
Okay, let me get my conspiracy voice out. Alright, everyone. So I've been on InfoWars, and they've been talking about Hillary Clinton's medical condition. And here's my theory here, is that the whole thing, it's all a ploy by the government, that if she's elected, she's going to leave office immediately, and then it'll fall to the vice president. Who's the vice president? No one even knows. No one is even following the vice president. We're just watching this clown fiesta up front between Trump and Clinton. No one even knows what these guys are up to. And so if you want to follow me at my Patreon at www.patreon at infowars.lizardgovernment at fake moon landing, that'd be fantastic.
All right, that needs to get like some serious like drama music behind it. Clip that out.
But in all seriousness, I'm pretty sure like there's some sort of ploy
Who the
there.
fuck is her vice
Exactly.
president?
Right.
Senator Tim Kaine, or is he a
Who the fuck-
senator? Or is he a former governor?
See,
He's from Virginia.
that's my theory.
I know, but because of the awkward publicity of Trump and her publicity as well, it's there's probably a good deal of people more than last time that like, oh yeah, who's the vice president?
See, that's
Oh, yeah.
that exactly right. See, that's the thing. If she wins, she'll probably, if because of her health, she might leave office, and then vice president becomes president. Who's that? That guy. I don't even know who
If
that
it's
is.
Trump, his vice
Yeah,
president is a
exactly.
guy who wants conversion therapy to be legal and like
What's-
across all 50
oh,
states.
Yeah,
So,
Pence, man.
cool.
Pence is
Slash
get
get fucked, asshole.
yeah,
What's
dude.
conversion
at
therapy?
least
Like as far as like converting gay people.
it's like
to
if
straight?
you're gay, you're going to
okay.
a
They basically
camp
make you
and they
hate
turn
yourself, and
No, I
the
get
suicide
it.
rates
I
are
wasn't
around
sure.
50%. It's pretty bad.
I wasn't sure converting what to what.
There's
Yeah.
some really awesome cracked articles actually on the subject. They do like people who like interview people who survived, like came out of it, you know, and like 10 years later are like, yeah, this is what happened, and it was really fucking fucked up. Some very
And so
interesting
they
articles.
were essentially like saying suicide is like so popular, and they'd rather prefer like you went ahead and did that
No, it's like
because at least you wouldn't be gay anymore. Is the quote I saw.
oh
Jesus.
yeah.
No, look, like Pence and Trump hate each other though. So
I don't know if they
it's
hate
always-
each other. They're just like more like, God, I wish we weren't stuck together.
Yeah.
And then
It's
who's
gonna-
what's Clinton's vice president stand for? We have no idea.
Yeah, we do. He actually has pretty long public. They both do.
We
Pence
have
and
no
Kaine actually have
idea.
pretty long public service records.
Not a clue.
They just like
I mean, the general public probably doesn't.
Yeah, I didn't even know Clinton had a vice president pick. I'm like, yeah.
Well, no.
whatever.
Well, see, the issue isn't that they're not telling you these things. It's that everyone is meme focusing at this point around, like, what the fuck is Trump gonna say next? That's ridiculous and could easily be fact checked in 2 seconds.
Speaking of shit posting, did you guys hear about the Palmer Luckey stuff?
No.
Say what
Okay,
now?
this was about a month ago. I don't know what actually ever came of it, but he's of course co-founder. Was he the founder of Oculus or co-founder? Let me look it up. Spoke at
do
RTX
that.
actually.
Yeah, I agree, Mr. Fusion. The conspiracy shit about Clinton's death count is pretty creepy. It's just like all these different people that were speaking out against her all of a sudden just die within a few months of each other.
Okay,
not
so
to-
this is from the
like I said, I'd rather have Megatron as a president than fucking.
Can I
Peter
find
Griffin.
okay, Polygon. Okay, not a piece of shit website. So Oculus founder Palmer Luckey, spending tons of money, like at least compared to you and me, because obviously the guy's a fucking billionaire. So
Yeah.
posting like anti-Hillary memes on Reddit as part of what's this organization called? Nimble America, an organization that promotes Trump in the forthcoming presidential election through online and real-world advertising and viral posts, as well as some like newspaper and billboards in specific markets like New York. And it's been known to work with Milo Yiannopoulos.
Oh yeah, Milo.
Basically Twitter asshole. Like number one.
I love him. He's my favorite.
Don't even like joke about loving him. The dude's a fucking dick. Like some people, you don't be like, I don't like you. You're an asshole. I'm gonna ignore your ass. And I don't know if Lucky eventually came out and said like, I don't know, this wasn't me. And like there were some emails that were like proof that he did it, but obviously those can be faked. I mean, you look at what's going on with Hillary right now. Some of the stuff that was most recently linked was in fact faked, and the people that were reporting it pulled their articles and haven't issued retractions, which I find journalistically to be pretty fucked up. But yeah, it's kind of a weird. That was kind of a weird thing that it just kind of shocked me when I saw it at work, and I was wondering if you guys had saw it. But if not,
here's my conspiracy theory. See, the Oculus is just a machine to control the people's minds. So they're using it to set up a new world order, and they're going to use the Oculus as the main tool to subjugate the people of the American man. So I'm going to need you to go into my Patreon and donate to Flat Earth Society at triangles.illuminati.
Oh, that reminds me of an
I'm
NFL
pretty
player
sure
who legit believes dinosaurs don't exist.
your website link would break after like the 5th line.
Yeah.
Like it's not even proper URL anymore.
Here's my conspiracy theory. The Oculus is part of the cube world. Well, instead of the world being round like we were taught, it's actually a cube. And the world was designed so that each race has its own space on the cube. And I need to go donate to my Patreon at Alex Jones
Earth
Fangirl
is the Allspark.
1995 at
Spark.
DIA Military Complex at Cheyenne Mountain.
No, DIO.
No, hey Fusion, by the way, since you're in the chat. So
Wait, can we
there's
get
a
Vince
Houston
McMahon
Rockets.
as president instead of Donald Trump.
Sure.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Wartburg, but this is something I've been thinking about.
I'm
Can
just
we get
seething in
Vince-
anger right now. You don't even fucking know.
Can we get Vince McMahon as president instead of Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton?
Well, hell,
Sure.
the town hall was basically a wrestling like match, so
Dude,
it was
that
pretty
one
bad.
line- there was a one line where it's like Clinton's like, I'm glad you're not running.
Yeah, that
this
whole thing, which is like,
country's
hey.
law or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Trump came out of nowhere. And he's like, yeah, because you'd be in jail. I'm like, oh.
So here's the thing. Shouldn't laugh because a guy wanting to be president is threatening his political opponents with jail.
I mean,
That's pretty fucked up.
it's more about the
The
I
vote.
get-
corruption and shit and the personal emails.
Here's the thing:
and, like,
the Republican
there's
guy
loads
who
of evidence
the
implicating her.
the,
and there's
Republican
no repercussion
guy-
for her actions.
the Republican guy who was like going after her, he also runs a private email server, and it's on his business card that he gives to voters, which I find to be awfully convenient, but never reported from a lot of people. Plus, their guy in Bush deleted like 5.5 million emails from the White House while president, after firing 8 attorney generals who wouldn't press no-win cases. But hey, Clinton fucked up.
I just want Vince McMahon to be president because recently there was a AMA with one of the wrestlers who was they asked him what his favorite Vince McMahon story was, and it was for some military charity or like some military event where they were on a C-17 cargo plane to Ramstein Air Force Base with a bunch of wrestlers and Vince McMahon. And Vince McMahon, while everyone was asleep, crawled around the airplane on his hands and knees, throwing hard candies at wrestlers and then hiding in the shadows until they went back to sleep. I want him to be my president.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Remember that time Vince McMahon got in a lowrider with Eddie Guerrero? That was fantastic.
There was I don't remember that time. Whoops. I'm not a big avid WWE or whatever fan.
Remember that time Vince McMahon pretended to be like a wizard and had a robe on, and then they pulled it off, and he goes, "It was me, Austin. It was me all along." I want him to be president. It was so bad. Listen, if we're gonna start having Donald Trump as an actual candidate, we gotta throw Vince McMahon up there as a possible presidential electee.
I agree.
Jesus. The whole thing is just a shit show. So what else should we talk about?
It's giant shit show. I don't know, man. What'd you have for dinner tonight?
I made ramen.
Yeah.
It was pretty shitty.
I had a salami sandwich on a bagel with some cream cheese.
Is ramen
and
ever
some chips.
good? I mean, it's
if it's
fine.
actually like good, like you have to go to a restaurant. Good.
You go to
then
a
it's
restaurant.
really good.
There's a difference between ramen and the instant ramen noodle packets.
I guess.
Because ramen is like a handmade noodle.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah, when it's good, it's good. I have a recipe for a really awesome ramen soup that sometimes I'll do in the winter, but usually don't have the time.
I'm all about chili and stew during the winter. My last batch of chili really disappointed me because I used way too many baked beans in it. What about you, Wubbs? What did you have for dinner?
I went to Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
They call it Hardee's over here.
I had
Wubbs.
Hardee's for lunch.
Yeah, they
Their
call
chicken
it Hardee's.
strips are legit.
Chicken
Chicken strips are
pretty good.
dope. They used to have.
And they take for fucking ever and make me pull to the side of the damn drive-through when it's not during peak hours.
I don't like
true.
fast food places bringing my food to me. It feels weird, and I don't like being served.
It's not so much being served as there's just like, hey, here's your shit.
No, they're like, here, take a number, and you'll sit.
Yeah, that's
Put
not
that
being
number
served.
by.
Served
That's
is like
being
having a
served.
waiter. You don't have a waiter.
But someone brings you your food, and I'm like, I don't
They
like
still
that.
bring it to you when it's on the counter. Only when it's at Hardee's, you're at a table. It's literally the same thing.
I don't like
And then you can sit down, get your phone out, connect to the Wi-Fi, get
They
on
have Wi-Fi?
Twitter. Yeah, pretty much. They should.
Every
Everyone around
place
here
has
does.
Wi-Fi now.
Never checked it.
It's not very good,
Well,
but doesn't use your data.
I don't like people
It loves
serving me food.
Twitter.
Right? I'm very peculiar.
Oh, and
don't
Hardee's
really-
has Dr. Pepper.
Don't hand
Yeah.
things to me.
Some have Mountain Dew, which I find weird, but most have Dr. Pepper.
Wait! Don't hand things to you. Then why did you join the job when your whole job is about?
He is
people
basically
handing stuff to
Iron
you?
Man. In,
We don't
Iron
hand.
Man 2.
They don't. No one hands stuff. Oh, I guess they do hand stuff to me. Never mind.
They hand all their documents to you.
Like I said, robot mode. I don't. I
No,
don't even interpret that.
also, no. You said like off the job, you were had a really interesting customer that made you a little upset.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you should tell that story.
I like how everyone was like, "Oh yeah, like we really want to hear this story."
Yeah, exactly. Come on, tell
Fine, I
us.
can. So it was yesterday when I was getting off work. I was in uniform. I took my time card. I clocked out, and I was walking away from the checkpoint in uniform with my backpack. So, people come up to you because they see, you're in uniform, and they're like, "Hey, where's this?" And you're like, "Oh, it's over here." I had a lady come up to me, and she goes, "Where's the check-in for American Airlines?" And I assumed she meant like the desk where you get your ticket and you check your baggage, right? You check in. I go, "Oh, the desk is that way." And she goes, I already came from there. She goes, "I already have my ticket." I'm like, "I just want to find security." And I'm like, "Okay, well, the security line's right through here." She goes, "Thank you." Like, really sarcastic. And oh no, she didn't say thank you at all. As she was walking away, she goes, "What was it?" It was something that really annoyed me. It was, "There we are." Like, and they're like, "Oh, there we are." Like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my answer was taking too long for you." And she's like, there we are. Finally, I got an answer from this plebeian. And I'm like, this bitch. I was so tempted to turn around and go, "Excuse me, can I see your boarding pass?" And then just mark the selectee marking on it and be like, "Fuck
What
you."
does that mean? I wanted to ask that before.
It means
this?
if she's in a rush, she's going to have to slow the fuck down. That's what that means. I mean, she's going to learn some manners today.
Oh man.
It just annoyed the fuck out of me because I'm like, she's like, oh, where's this? I'm like, oh, it should be right over there. And I like gave the designated hand signal of like,
You're
hey, it's
being
right around the
polite.
corner. Yeah.
Off the clock, and she was being a bitch.
And
I
she was being a bit,
understand.
and it wasn't even a rush. The entire the line I directed her was completely empty, so she wasn't like in a rush and saw a big line and was like panicked or anything. She was just a bitch.
Yeah, that's unfortunately, Wubs. That's a lot of the average populace. They don't
No,
give a
I know.
shit about anything.
I know. This job has taught me that people are basically just pigs in human clothing, and I've just become Satsuki from Kill la Kill. I'm like, yeah, you all are to be controlled. Nothing makes you a
Somebody
fascist
bring me
more than
my cattle prod.
Exactly. Nothing makes you a fascist more than working with the public.
I agree, dude. I completely agree.
I used to be like,
You
yeah,
lose
personal freedoms. People should have the choice of whatever. And now I'm like, people are meant to be controlled and are born to be
People are
dominated.
fucking dumb.
Yeah. What's the rewarding part of service jobs is when you see those glimmers
No.
of light.
Just no.
And when people are like nice to you and they treat you like how you should be treated, like a normal human being. Like those just little glints of humanity.
I was going to say the best part is when someone's being a shit and then like the ETD alarms and you're like, I'm going to hand you off to this next officer and you have to go through some additional screening. And they're like, but I'm late for my flight. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
My favorite was kicking people out of Best Buy. That was fun.
Oh, we actually had to kick people out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
First one, I was on the job for like 3 weeks, and I didn't do the kicking out, but I was the reason the guy got kicked out because he threw a phone at me. Because I was still learning how to like stack customers. Like, oh, I'll get to you in a second, sir. Finishing up here. Clearly, no one's helping you, so I'll be with you when I can. One guy just refused to wait, and he chucked his phone at me and hit me in the side of the head. And my manager saw it, like it was a landline phone. And hit me in the side of the head, so my manager just was like, unless you want me to call the cops, get out. So then the guy left. And then about 3 weeks before I quit, the last one, this guy was up at the front, and we had some manager turnover, so they were all in the back, like on a conference call. And he just starts screaming at this cashier. She's like 16, like barely been starting, like this is her first job.
Yeah,
and just
that's
screaming
rough.
and swearing at her about like getting a return. And I'm like, sir, if you don't calm down in about 5 seconds, if you swear at her one more time, no one in the store is going to serve you. So you'd probably be best served to leave. So he left. It was fun.
Yeah.
And then I quit on
the
my
only-
boss. Because I was
The
like,
only moments.
you just let an underling who has no fucking title kick a dude out of a store because you're all in the back not doing your job. Awesome.
Yeah. Way to go. Well, I'm proud of you, Wartburg. I'm glad that you fucking stood up for that 16-year-old.
It helps
That's
when you're
shitty,
like
man.
8 years older than everyone else in your department.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like 18 or younger, and I'm like, God, I'm 25 and I have this fucking job.
You know, I
You
take
all
that
suck.
back. There is one situation that's better than that. It was one specific situation where I was at walk-through metal detector, and a gentleman in a wheelchair came up. For that situation, we opened the ADA gate, and we have another officer of the same gender come and do a pat-down, and bring them through, and they do a pat-down, and they're on the way. And it was time when we were really busy, so we didn't have like anyone to support. And the gentleman was sitting there for a while as I'm like directing people through metal detector, telling people to keep with their stuff on the fucking belt, and come to the machine. No, move over here. Have nothing in your pockets. Blah 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 blah. And he goes, "Is someone coming to get me?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, sir. We'll have someone in you one moment." I'm super polite to him, and he goes, "Do you mind if I talk to a supervisor?" And I'm like, on the inside, I'm like, "Yes, of course I can, sir." And I call a supervisor. They come up and he goes, "No, this gentleman here is doing everything he can." And I'm like, "Oh, what's that?" Yeah, keep telling my supervisor that. He's like, "This gentleman's doing everything he can here, and I'm waiting, and he's doing everything, and I'm trying to not be in the way for him." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, you're good, sir. Yeah, no, don't worry about that. But keep saying, yeah, keep talking good. Yes, I am doing everything I can."
Well, yeah, it's those some moments where you get to experience like humanity at its best. Like, of course, there are a lot of moments where you experience humanity at its worst, but those few moments where it's just like, my God.
Yeah, there's some good ones, I guess.
There's some really good, like the good ones are really, really fucking good. You know, the bad ones are just fucking just
Make good
constant.
stories.
Yeah, and make good stories. Just constant. I hate it.
Yeah, basically what we're saying is the human race is meant to be subjugated, and so just
Exactly.
fall in line and accept your role in life.
Exactly. I agree. Warburg, you agree, right?
I don't know. I'm reading a review for Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
So he agrees. Chaos also.
I would
agrees.
say I'm non-committal.
I'm not committal. That's an agreement.
I will go with whatever one is the 51% plus opinion.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
But if it turns out that the entire election is actually Donald Trump putting on that persona just to see if...
For the
Oh, it's not a
last
persona. That is
yeah,
him.
for the last 30
I know.
years.
That's why I said That's why I said what if, not.
I think it's a joke. I think
like
I'm of the mind he actually thought he wasn't going to win the primaries. Like, his ground game was awful. His staffing was terrible. His PR was a nightmare. And then all of a sudden he won, and a bunch of people got hired, which to me signals that he didn't think he was going to win, and he probably didn't want to. Judging by a lot of the comments he had back in February and March, some off the record behind the scenes stuff was damn, this is going to happen. Fuck.
Now what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm going to be doing a huge dissection of the whole political process thing and on my last on the week of the election for the Mr. Warburg show.
That's awesome. I'll definitely have to tune in. I hope you do a very good.
I will
job
have
on
Fusion do my Alex Jones intro.
That's great. I can't wait.
Yep. It'll be
Talk
just a
about how the
slow
government-
pan of images of Trump's yelling face and Clinton deadpanning into the camera like a crazy woman.
Yeah.
And they'll be moving up and around the screen and transparent and over top each other, and Fusion will be doing an Alex Jones intro.
God, how
Oh, so you'll be talking about both Clinton.
Oh
and
yeah, talk
Trump?
about the whole thing,
Oh, that's
all the
good.
weird shit, the fact that Bernie Sanders almost won Iowa after being down 40 points a month before the election, or the primaries, or a couple months before the primaries, fucking unheard of, even compared to the stuff with Trump, and how Jeb Bush just didn't do anything. So of course the rise of Trump, the pre-election shit with Clinton and all these Benghazi things where the Republicans were yeah, it was really just so we could keep her name in a negative light in the press. There was really nothing legally wrong that we could actually indict her for. And a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah, I'll do the whole thing.
Well, who was the
Alright, I'm
governor
looking
of
forward to that.
Minnesota who was the wrestler who...
Jesse Ventura. Jesse the
Ventura.
Body Ventura.
Can we have Vince McMahon with Jesse Ventura as vice president?
Sure.
That'd be fantastic.
I want to have Jesse Ventura and Arnold Schwarzenegger on the same ticket, so that way that we could have... It could just be Predator, the presidential ticket.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can
And
tell.
then their
thought
slogan
about
is,
this.
America ain't got time to bleed.
That's great.
Mic drop, walk away.
That is amazing.
What about America's just a bunch of slap-jawed faggots?
I don't think that one has quite the ring to it. And their campaign poster is just the Arnold
Sexual
and Carl
Tyrannosaurus.
Weathers doing that arm embrace, and that's just the poster. And it's
That
just
would be
a gif of it on their Twitter. That's their pinned tweet.
Oh man, I would love our presidential candidates to be it's all WWE style.
Nah, that'd be kind of messed up. But I would love to have
That'd
an
be
actual the next a couple generations from now of politicians are going to be a lot of fun because they're going to actually get and have grown up on social media. So it's going to
Yeah.
be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be a very interesting.
Assuming we have an America to call home in 20 years.
You know what would be the best way to select a president besides debates and all that jazz?
lottery.
No, mech battles.
Well, they're not actually
Mech
even
battles.
they're not actually even debates, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, not
They're just
even really.
interviews that they each answer one at a time. They don't actually debate
Yeah.
each other.
And because they can't be civil in debate.
That's
Oh
why
yeah.
you need mech battles.
I saw. Wait. I saw on Twitter there was someone that did an edit over a footage from the debate, and it was a steel cage dropping down. It was oh my gosh, they're bringing in the cage.
Okay, so instead of Vince McMahon becoming president, Vince McMahon runs the next presidential debate.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. No, I don't know, man. Other countries... I mean, honestly...
Hillary Clinton.
We're better off...
Donald Trump kidnapped your child. The only way to win him back is this 30-foot ladder match.
I mean, we complain about our country, but there's a lot of shit going on in the UK right now that's kind of fucking with them, and like there's all these other
My
countries
favorite
that are very
was
less unfortunate.
They had a British guy come on and be like, America, please do the right thing. Elect Trump so that Britain isn't the goat of the world right now. That'd be great. Thanks. Oh, that was pretty good. It had me laughing. That's like the this is the Stephen Merchant. If Britain had won, what was it? Is that a Newcastle commercial? I think it might be a Newcastle commercial, where he's all like, "Well, if we'd won, just imagine all the swear words you have," and then he just goes off on for a little bit. He's one of those awesome Brits.
Yeah.
I love the guy's accent.
I just,
So
I think we're fortunate, but we do have our own problems. You know what I mean?
that's
I
an
feel like that's
inspirational
like-
quote to end things on. We have our
What?
problems.
Yeah.
Grab him
Have
by
our
the
problems. Grab us.
Yep.
And before we go,
pussy. Boy, my diction
Mr.
this
Wartburg-
episode has been interesting.
yeah, I loved you. I love it, dude. I love it. Mr. Warburg, do you have any projects or anything
Yes,
you
of
want to
course,
pimp?
the aforementioned Extra Life stream that is happening on November 5th and 6th. Head to extralife.org. Search Mr. Warburg on the search thing. MrWartburg. You'll find it there.
And where can people find you, Mr. Warburg?
On Twitter at Mr. Warburg, YouTube Mr. Warburg, Rooster Teeth Mr. Warburg, Facebook, no, and a few other places. And of course, I do a weekly vlog series, 2 weekly Let's Plays, and live stream whenever I can. So
Hell
go
yeah.
check them all out.
For sure, he puts a lot of effort into it. It's a very well produced show and vlog and stuff, and I actually try to tune in as much as possible. Now for
Just tune in
our
more.
TFT,
I only had one of you last week. Slacking, bro.
What? It's bullshit.
You're an asshole, that's all I'm
I'll
saying.
have to. Shut up. I'll watch all of them real quick.
Appreciate it.
It'll be good. It'll be a good time for sure. I enjoy your opinion on stuff, and you also keep me well informed on a lot of different.
I just did a
matters.
Luke Cage one.
Oh yes, I saw that. It's bookmarked and everything.
Good.
So if you want to find some TFT goodness, you can check us out at the forum thread on Twitter for all of our updates and fun little stuff that we post there. You can check out some quality programming over at the forum thread or TFT Productions on YouTube. You can listen to our whole entire archive there, along with other gaming videos and other cool stuff that we post there. Be on the lookout for some reviews in the future.
I'm still
Also-
taking submissions for voice clips of Best Waifu.
Yeah,
so
if
far,
you
the
have
only
any-
one who actually did it is Zach.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no
'cause,
teaching?
I'm awesome.
Teaching
Yeah,
hasn't
Teaching.
done it.
Slacker. Also, if you have
Chaos
a
hasn't done
waifu or a
McLovin
best
hasn't done it.
waifu, record yourself defending your waifu's honor, and then send it on over to Wubwave at Wubwave's Twitter.
Yeah.
I think it is that.
Look for us on iTunes and Google Play so that you can listen to us on the go. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and see you around.
Just remember to grab life by the pussy. Bye.